She's the one who should be begging for your attention, which is why I'm confused how could someone as amazing as you is acting like such a needy little brat. What is going on? You are the most amazing guy I know. Any woman would be lucky to have you. She should be chasing you. She should be begging you, and by the end of today's video she will. Before I get started, little disclaimer, if you're not interested in being a more desired gentleman, this video is definitely not for you. But if you are ready to be chased like a sexy gazelle through the African tundra by a sexy lioness who's ready to bounce, then keep watching. Tip 1: when someone you're interested in texts you, take all the urge to respond right away and push it down for about 5 minutes by waiting and delaying your response. Psychologically and mentally, she's starting to think, wait a second, does he not realize? Did he not see my text? She knows you saw her text, but in her head she's like, maybe he's too busy. Maybe he's with another woman. Maybe he's actually got a life. Which brings us to the second tip that will make her more desperate for your attention. Don't always initiate the text. If you're the one who is always reaching out, if you're the one who is always making contact first, it doesn't allow her time to miss you. It doesn't allow her time to think, I wonder what he's doing. I wonder if he's with some other girl. You gotta take the urge, and you gotta push it down even though you're thinking she's into you. Well, Alpha, what if she never texts you? Which is a risk, but it's less of a risk if you do the third trick, which is to send her pictures of fun things you're doing. Let me explain. This idea came from my buddy over a trip, and it made a lot of sense. He said if you're going and doing cool things, take a picture and send it to the person you're interested in, because FOMO is real. Whether you're going to a restaurant, a game, or a bar, take a picture of something that evening or that outing and send it to the person you're interested in, and say something like, have you ever been here? Or, I think you really like this place. She gets the pictures like, damn, that does look like fun. No, I've never been there. Why haven't you ever taken me? It starts the conversation. She starts thinking that this dude is actually fun. The next mind game, gentlemen, is to take care of yourself right. This is something that will automatically make somebody desire you more. Now here's how you can elevate it to the next level. So when she texts you, hey, what are you doing? And you don't respond right away, the next response can be, oh, sorry, I missed your text, I was working out. You see what I did there? She starts thinking, oh, I bet his pecs are firm, his glutes are thick. The next way is to be successful at something, gentlemen, to make her desperate for your attention. Okay, here's the truth. You don't have to be crushing it, killing it, or driving a Lambo. But if you're someone who is pursuing your own personal objectives and goals, this is insanely sexy and attractive. Guys with a sense of purpose and passion are highly desirable. Gentlemen, please be aware. Let it be known what your goals are, what your passions are, what your hobbies are, and the fact that you have a life and are trying to build one for yourself, but also the person that you choose. Gentlemen, you have to make her realize that you were choosing to talk to her, date her, and be with her. It makes and changes the game when you understand and believe that you are an amazing guy and an incredible catch. The dynamics are different than someone who is super needy and clingy and says, oh, please don't leave me, and you're the only spicy fish in the sea. And once you choose her, you guys go on a date. The next tip I'd like to give you, which is similar to a mental game, is to not schedule the second date right after the first. One of the big mistakes that a lot of guys make that absolutely kills that whole desire and anticipation is trying to set up a second date before the first date is over. Stop. Here's how it works. You go out, have a great time, and maybe even make out a little, but then you say good night and I'll talk to you later. It deuces right in her head, and she thinks to herself, wait a second, don't you want to see me again? Speaking of crazy intense, the next tip is to not hit it on the first date. Here's the deal, gentlemen. One of the reasons your relationships are so crazy and crappy is that you are overly aggressive and eager, and you are doing things for which you should wait a little longer. Remember to go slowly. And you want the real truth. If someone will sleep with you on the first date, they're not someone you want to be messing with long term. You believe you're special, even though she says, I don't normally do this. Don't believe her, because she does, and that's why she's doing it with you too. I get it, you're amazing, but if she's willing to hit it on the first date, she's also allegedly hit it with other boys. Another interesting thing that will happen as a result of you slowing down and not getting all crazy frisky too soon is that she will think to herself, wait a second, this is different. This gentleman is doing things a little differently than every other guy I've dated. I want him, so why isn't he attempting to hump my leg? Is it because I'm not sexy? Is it because I'm not sassy? When the truth is that she is sexy and sassy, you're just holding yourself back, which completely messes up her brain because she isn't used to it. Pretty girls are a dime a dozen these days, so you need to find someone who not only you're attracted to, you don't want her to be like a wildebeest, but you also need to look a little deeper than just physical appearance to see what's going on in their head. Are they a dumb girl? Don't bait dumb girls. It's critical that you spend time with someone who makes you feel good about yourself. You guys are better as a team, but that doesn't mean you have to become one person. You still need to have your own life, which is another takeaway and tip. If you want women to beg for your attention, you have to be your own man. You can't always be up her ass. You need friends, hobbies, and interests outside of her. It's time for you to realize how freaking amazing you are, gentlemen. You're a real catch. Any woman would be fortunate to have you. Choose to be with her, and if you do the things we discussed in this video, she will not only be desperate for your attention, but she will beg you to choose her. It is entirely up to you whether or not you do so, because you are incredible. Don't forget to hit the like button to help spread the word about this video. Thank you for taking your daily dose of red pills, and remember that a red pill a day keeps bad poker hands away. So have a good rest of your day and cheers.